AC turned down this way. That's it.
What?
The AC turned down. A little bit more. Good to go. Thank you. All right. Well, we are shooting the shits. We got an interesting topic here today. Is going to be the journey of an independent artist, because it is forever changing. It is forever a struggle, but it ain't gotta be all difficult. There can be some good there. So I'm hoping to get into it. We got now. Was it was it was it Wazy free?
Wazzy free.
Wazzy free. See, man, I said the same thing, and I thought he was.
Yeah,
Like,
Wazzy free.
I know he's your boy, and I thought he was still mispronouncing it. I was like, I don't think it's Wazzy. You sure? Yeah.
Oh, that's my little brother.
Oh, word. I did not know that either.
Yeah,
No wonder why he's on the jam.
that's what I'm saying. I've been around the block a time or two.
So
Yeah, he don't play when it comes to.
so that's and big ups to Remo, because he's hooked me up with nothing but quality artists, as far as conversationally, as far as just music, the jams, like I was saying to you just a moment ago. You got some really serious tracks there that I'm be diving deep on. Now you got
Appreciate that.
discography.
It's
So
purple.
how long you been doing it?
I've been rapping professionally since 2021 is when I actually recorded my first track. On and off all my life though, like just playing with it, freestyling with people, things of that nature. Um,
The things we do.
but yeah, since 2021.
Yeah, that's literally part of the if you're not sitting there freestyling, then you're not really I mean, I think that MC is definitely one of the four elements of hip hop. So like it's pretty crucial that we that we're at least proficient at it. Would you say you're a are you excellent? What's your best skill as an MC? Is it freestyling? Is it writing? Is it production? Like, what would you say your best skill is?
I would think my best skill would be writing, but um, there's a reason. I mean, when I'm freestyling, I'm just playing around. Like I'm just shooting the shit. Like I'm not really trying to stay on no topic. I'm just I'm going whatever sounds good in that moment. When I'm writing, I have a uncanny knack for storytelling. Something else you did not know about me. I'm a 3-time published author.
Oh,
So storytelling is kind of like something I do. Yeah, so like I really get into that.
so what? Does it have to be fictional stories? Does it have to be based in reality? Is there like any prerequisites for it?
I write urban fiction. Which a better way to say hood novels. There are what I can say. Can't really go too deep into it, but what I can say is the characters that I create in my books. Not all of them, but some of them may or may not model real people.
Yes. Places, names, and events may have been changed for the, or they may
Oh,
not.
they definitely been changed.
Yeah,
They
that's a for real thing. You gotta
definitely been changed.
come back and grab half of that for sure. What
Yeah.
so what inspired you
I
to write
mean,
that?
I didn't put anything intricate in there enough to, you feel me?
Nothing
Huh?
gonna get you in trouble. Oh shit.
No, for sure.
So, what was it that have you always been interested in writing, like since a kid, or was it like a development later on, or when did you start writing?
I would I would say it was developmental through a series of unfortunate situations. Like I was in prison for a period of 12 years. Um, was crashing. I was a young boy, man. I was out there. I was in that joint crashing off for no reason. I mean, getting into stupid stuff. And then, as I began to start maturing mentally, you know, um, life was still going on out here. and I would get phone calls when I call home. It was never, you know, good stuff. It was always somebody struggling with this, somebody struggling with that, and um, it started to get to me a little bit. So I started thinking about like how I could help,
Yeah. So
and I had to. It took me a while to realize that sometimes when you make a plan, or even if you're in a situation, the results that you want today might not come tomorrow, but you still got to put that work in.
yo, preach.
Or all you want to do is keep pushing that back and back and back.
Yeah.
So like
You
I
absolutely
start
100% right.
thinking, what am I good at? You know what I'm saying? And I started utilizing those things. And next thing you know, one page, one complete written page became a whole book. Once I got that whole book done, I started on the second one, then the third one. The list goes on.
Damn, how many books you written?
I've written 7. Um, I'm from an area in Philadelphia known as 7th Street, so I have a thing for number 7.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's my block. You feel me?
Right. You got to.
So
Yo, can I get you to
when I wrote
move your
my
camera up
book series,
just a little bit, or bring you down? Either one.
yeah,
I'm looking at nose to chin. There we go. We goody. We was good.
go
All right. Bam.
hold up, good.
And
All
perfect.
right, yeah. So when I wrote with the number 7, right? So when I was writing my books, and I'm thinking like, where am I going to stop this story at?
Oh, did I lose you?
Number 7.
There you go. You was going in and out for a minute. I did hear
The last
you was gonna stop at
thing
number 7.
for my fans, yeah, I'm stopping at number 7 for the books. Yes,
Okay. You went out for just a
I
minute.
might. What I might do is either branch off a character from that story and start something totally different, or something outside of that. It wouldn't be the end of my book writing career, but for the story that I've written, yes, it will be stopping at 7.
That's awesome. I mean, that means you were. So you said you had written 7 books. So you're through that series?
I've I'm up to 6.
Up to
I
6.
still got
Okay.
to remember 7, but I'm not gonna lie, that's a cakewalk to me.
Word. Okay. How long did it take you to?
Yeah,
What's the
I've written
shortest?
6 so far. I still got to write number 7, but I'm not worrying about it.
What's the series called?
What's the shortest?
Yeah. What's the shortest and what's the series called?
Oh, it's called Blockbuster. It's spelled. I think the shortest book would probably be book 2, but that's still almost like 300 some pages.
Whew.
Um,
And how long did it take you to do?
yeah, I mean, like, it's available on Amazon, man. So you know what y'all gotta do, man.
That's right. Go
It's
check.
called Blockbuster. You spell it Blockbusta. You get it off of Amazon. Nah, I mean,
Yo,
I'm
go.
trying to tell y'all gonna want that.
Go.
Y'all gonna, if you're a
Definitely.
fan of hood books, you gonna want that.
Definitely go. I mean, go check it out. Make sure it's something that you can get behind and fucking press that buy button. Support independent artists, support independent writers, support the independents
For
in
sure.
general, and then like that shit comes back tenfold. Like when you support the independents, it comes back. That's how it's just. I don't know the law of attraction. I don't know what it is because I know that I've been doing nothing but helping any artist I can along the way. Like if I had something that could assist them, every time that was my mo is just to help everybody along the way, as long as they want to keep going. Like a lot of people like uh, the interest versus passion topic. Like people have interest in being a rapper. Like they have more interest in the girls and the money and all the things that come with it. But the work,
Right.
like the passion, if you got passion for writing, if you got a passion for entertaining, whatever it may be that you have a passion for, you're going to do it regardless of if you're getting paid. You're going to do it regardless of if anybody's watching. It's what you do. It's what you think about doing when you're not doing it. So like, and I mean, to write 6 books
Right.
so far, I mean, that's obviously that's a passion that you have, is writing. Do you plan on? Because you said you might use the transition, like you might use that as a transition into another, either taking a character out or going to something completely different. What would be something that you might consider in the future? Like what types of series seem interesting to you?
That you brought that up because technically speaking, it's not. It's some things that happen, like you don't know what a flower look like until it fully blooms. But that transition is already started. I've already converted all 6 of the books that I've written into screenplays. So when I dive into that field, I can put it on the big screen. That's number one. And number two, um, in some of my songs, especially when you listen to Phantom of the Seventh, my debut EP, um, especially when you listen to Phantom of the Seventh, in some of my songs, you will hear me either say Blockbuster, refer to the book in some type of way, and I will be rapping as if I was one of the characters from that book already.
Nice.
So I've already made that shit. I already brought that book to life
And you put Easter
with
eggs in
audio
there.
files,
You put Easter eggs in there right there. Like
with
people got to
tracks.
look back. They got to go across your tracks. They got to go.
Yeah, I do.
That's an immersive situation. Because you're talking about making it cinema. Like you talking about making movies in.
Because my thing is sure, and my thing is I did all of this for nothing. Literally, I haven't done none of this. With every word that I put on paper and every recording that I put on any type of stems, I want to get paid from all that shit. And the only way for me to guarantee that is I have to crossbreed both of those things. I have to make them almost like one entity. So if you're not going, but sometimes you never know. They might catch the book wave first,
Mm-hmm.
but that's going to trickle into the music.
Yeah.
And if you catch the music wave first, it's going to trickle into the books.
So it's a you got
And then it all is
like
going
a
to come
funnel.
together on the screen. That's the end goal, putting it on the big screen.
Dude, it's a big goal.
Huh?
I don't think you should. I'm a big fan of that idea because I don't know how to dream small. I only know how to dream big, and like this little project that I had an idea about 10 years ago.
Me either.
I just you either like so I mean, but you've also accomplished a lot too though. You've done a good portion of work towards that goal, whereas some people that say that they have um, they dream big, they don't necessarily think about the ways to get there. They're not thinking about how they get there. It's like I call it the South Park underwear gnomes, where they're like, first you get the underwear, and then you get the money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, like, because that step in the middle there is pretty fucking
Right.
important.
It don't work like that.
Hell nah. I wish it did though. Shit, I wish
Yeah,
it did. I wish
probably
it
the
was.
most important step.
Yeah, it's the one that everybody's missing, which is the work. That's really what it comes down to. The work. You can have the idea, and you can be at the idea with all the money and the fruition, but that middle part it makes up 90% of it.
Right.
So, okay, so you want to go into cinema? Have you? Because I know Reem. He's helping out with Heist Club, and I know he has a cinematic eye. Um, do you see yourself as a writer role, or do you see yourself in the role of directing or writing, directing, and acting in it? Like, what's your role in the movie, in the cinema aspect?
I could I could potentially be all 3 of those things. Number one, I'm definitely gonna be the director. Like I didn't have help writing this book, and I don't care how long it takes. I'm not gonna help. I'm not gonna have help. Nobody's gonna sit in the big chair on my movie. That's not gonna happen. Got me effed
Boss.
all the way up. Nobody's sitting in the big chair. My brother included. We had this conversation. I told him, I said, listen, the every letter that I put on that paper was pain. I was going through real lot. I was staring at white walls for 12 years. I didn't have no help with that. Ain't nobody helped me, give me no insight, no direction with none of that. So all the I mean, I'm willing to share my success with those who've come together and fit different pieces, but in the actual conception of putting that story together, that came from
Yeah.
me and only me. I didn't have no editor. I didn't have none of that. I was, I, I did all that from me. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I even had this conversation with Reem. I told him, I said, listen, when it comes down to that, because I know what he's doing with Heist Club, he actually, like, I'm pretty sure you probably could get this from talking to me now. That's literally, he come to me for advice. Even the things that y'all got going on, he come to me and ask me, do I think it should go this way or I think it should go that way?
Yeah.
And he usually go with whatever, because I'm never going. That's my little brother. I'm never going to steer him wrong.
Right.
Um, so like we already kind of give you a little too much because I told you what the end goal was, but that 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 that's both for our baby in a sense because we both know um with everything that we got going on, he's the A, I'm the B, and together we make C.
Yes,
When it
sir.
when it comes to our artistry as individuals and as a group.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing right there. You know, the ability to have somebody involved and actually in a business aspect and in a personal aspect where you can trust their advice is not self-serving. Because a lot of people will give you, great ideas, and they'll be like, "Yeah, but I want that writing credit," or I want to take credit for that idea. It's like, no, it's your idea. I just gave you, I just gave my opinion, and that's where it can stay,
Right.
in that aspect until you get to business together. Because those albums that y'all have, the songs that you have together, I only got a chance to listen to four tracks total, and I think it was two or maybe even three of them had Reem on it, but like those tracks were golden. I mean, the individual track was definitely the one that I was thinking of. It was definitely which one? Because it was off the same album. That's your 2021 release, which is what's the name of the album?
Notice me.
Notice Me. Okay, so that
Notice me is the 2021 release.
what why'd you get that name? Notice Me. Like, what was the inspiration behind that?
Inspiration for that. All right. So funny story. My mom was staying in a 1 bedroom apartment when I came home from my federal prison bid. So I come home, I'm crashing on her couch, trying to get myself back right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my brother is in the beginning stages of building his company, and at this time, he's a traveling um, audio engineer. He brings all his recording equipment in a suitcase and backpacks,
Yep.
and he recording me, and you know, my mother's 1 bedroom apartment, the living room section of it. So we doing our thing and we start talking like, yo, we need a tape together. We putting things together and we trying to get everything from it, like art, from the beats to what we doing and then it got time to what we need to name this. And my whole thing is like we're trying to grab attention. Like we're trying to grab attention. We're trying to, get it was my idea. It was like, hold up, we're trying to get noticed. Let's call it Notice Me. And not to mention that track 4 on that EP is actually titled Notice Me. And the beat says Notice Me for the entire duration of the track. So it only fit.
So do you are you in the production side as far as beats, or how do you select your beats?
Um, when I was in prison, I did learn how to make beats, like off the Yamaha keyboards that we were able to buy. I did teach myself how to make beats. I know how to make them, but I don't know how to use. Like, it's a difference between using a Yamaha keyboard where each instrument is still a piano key
Mm-hmm.
versus being out here with all these other instruments and it's different. You see what I'm saying? I might know what I'm looking for, but it's different. And it would be a whole nother thing to go back and learn. And at the current moment, I don't really have time to invest in that because that's going to take a lot of my attention.
Yes.
But um, I use BeatStars because I like to use producers that already have a name.
Yeah.
I would rather pay for something I know that's going to bang, even if it's my last. I'd rather pay for something I know that's going to bang. I know that there'll be some type of turnout with this, opposed to just release. And then another thing, my energy on songs, like you've heard me. Like I could get a little animated at times, and
Yeah.
especially in certain parts. I need those beats to reflect that, or it's not going to match up for me.
Okay. So do you like a lot of variation? Because like, I did notice that there was a lot of variation, not only between the styles that the juxtaposition that you have with Lil Bro, but like also the your own just independently. Like from one track to the next, there was a lot of variance, which is that's great. But like, do you pick your beats with a lot of variations? Like it'll have a a breakdown or a key switch or anything like that.
I do pick them like that, and I feel like I'm an artist that you can't, like, you will never know how I'm coming. Like I'm not the artist where you be like, oh, he about to drop, and I already know how this about to go. No, you don't. You have no effing idea. Like I'm always gonna surprise you. I'm always gonna give you something new. I'm always gonna give you something original because at the end of the day, like I said, I put a lot into it. I put heart, body, mind, and my soul into this shit. Like I don't do it just for shits and giggles. I do it because 9 times out of 10, whatever I'm talking about, I'm telling you about something that's relevant to me, something that going on in my life. It's like a therapy session of sorts for me. I'm just letting you in a little bit. I'm taking a little bit of that weight off my shoulders and allowing a listener, whatever listener that choose to listen, to help carry that a little bit because that's exactly what happens. Because music is emotions, bro. I don't care what emotion you identifying, but music is emotions in every sense of the word. So I'm, giving a little bit of, if I'm talking about pain and grief, I'm allowing the listener to hold a little bit of my pain and grief. If I'm talking about, money and partying, then they get that vibe with me too.
Do you think that like okay, so like if they're gonna if you're basing it on emotion and everything, does it have to be about your life or does it have to be your thought? Because like you said, you're a storyteller naturally. So like do you do fiction or does it have to be based on your real life?
I think, it's kind of like, I like to mix things up. I don't like to be predictable. And a lot of times I might say something in the joint, and I might have to, like, even my brother. There's been times where even as he was live recording me, um, he would have to go back, like, hold up, let me catch that joint again, because I know my brother. I know he said something, and I know this has a whole deeper meaning, and I got to sit down and reflect on it to get to it, because he's not just gonna tell me. But um,
Deep
I
thinking.
try to switch it up. I try to switch it up. I'm trying to switch it up to number one, keep me interesting. I want people to anticipate it. Hold up, where he coming from next? You see what I'm saying? Like, so I just try to, like, give a different feel to each song, and sometimes I might be talking about me within the same song, or I might be talking about my little brother, or I might be talking about my my significant other, or I might be talking about my mom, my little sister. And you saying, like, I might be talking to a kid that I met 2 weeks ago. 2 hours ago. It just depends on how I feel and wherever the direction that song is going. But in each song, just like in each books, there is a distinct diversity between what's real and what's not real. But they both exist.
Right, right. I'm with that. You ever heard? Let me see. It's Immortal Technique, Dance with the Devil. So
Is it a song?
yeah, it's a song. It's are you familiar with Immortal Technique? The rapper.
I think I've heard it. I think I've heard of him.
He's New York based. He's popular in the early 2000s, and one of his songs, it's got a surprise ending. Dance with the Devil. If you've heard it, you definitely know. It's one of those ones that it sticks, and it's a story song, and he goes through the life of what it's like to be a gangster, and it's from being a little kid and the motivations that go behind it, all the way up to committing the worst atrocities, and in that song, every time he does it live, he'll talk to the crowd afterwards and be like, because everybody always comes up, yo, is that real? Is that true? Like, did that happen? And he always says the same. He'll give the same speech. He'll be like, so this happens all over the world every single day. It's just that I happen to have names and places on it. So whether it happened to me or I just know that it
Right.
happened, there's not really a difference because it is happening.
Right.
So I think that's
Makes sense.
yeah, I think that's the tie into what you're saying with, like it it might not be you directly, but it is from your perspective. Like as far as if
Point of view.
yeah, because if you're looking at something that's happening with your mom's your little bro, a crackhead down the street, like you're still seeing it from their perspective, but it's you understanding their perspective. I would imagine
Right.
that's deep.
Definition of empathy.
Yeah, that yo, I
Literally.
facts. So a lot of people, and me, I need to work. I try to work on my empathy all the time because I'm really not an empathetic person. I'm a sympathetic person. I can understand why you feel that way and so on, but I don't feel it. I don't actually feel the pain that somebody else feels. I don't actually, I understand it. Yes, I get it. But like empathy it's a skill.
I can't help it, bro. It's my mom and dad for doing the things they did around the times they did it to have me come out in October, and now I'm a Libra, so I'm all like I have a scale, like literally I'm a scale, so I'm always able to see both sides of anything, bro. Like it's just part of who I am. So and I don't that enhances that ability to be empathetic because I could feel other people's pain if I care about them.
Yeah,
Like if I care, I could feel that. Like you know what I'm saying, like I could really grasp onto the emotion being displayed and reiterate it.
reiterate it, regenerate it, and then throw it out to the people and go, "Yo, look!" Like, and that's I think in hip hop, I really do believe that is a crucial part of an MC's um, job description. Like, I really think they have a duty to report what they see. Like, report to the public. It's like, yo, this is my perspective. I'm giving it to y'all, so y'all can interpret it however you like. But I'm here. I'm live on the scene, reporting, live and direct. Which is
I'm outside.
which is respectable, man.
I'm outside.
Yeah, and stay there. It's what's
Hmm.
when it comes to the whole sympathy versus empathy. Do you see yourself as are you looking at other countries, or are you like most Americans that are American centric? Like, we don't get no news from fucking
I
India.
don't
We don't
think.
listen to no Chilean music. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I can still. I mean, the relevant topics that obviously get displayed around the world. I can be empathetic to some of those situations where it could be in another country. Um, Primarily, I'm worrying about what's going on right here. but at the same time, like there's still a feeling to be felt for whatever is going on within the world. Like it's a whole lot of shit that I be empathetic to, bro. Like it just some of it be lived my own personal lived experiences. Like it's a lot of relevant topics going on in the hip hop world right now that we could even, you feel me? Like it's a whole lot of going on. A whole lot going
A
on.
whole
Like
lot. A whole lot.
Diddy,
It's surprising how much
Diddy,
is going on, and it's but it's a lot of people
Tory.
that I
Like
know.
it's a lot.
Yo, that right there. Okay, you already hit on it, so we gonna go that way. Look, okay, so with Tori, do you got any? Let me just get your overall view first. I'm gonna see where you're at.
All right, I have somebody listening, right? My significant other is listening, and my significant other doesn't like Tory Lanez. So I'm
Okay.
probably gonna be in a fight about this shit sometime tonight. I just want you to know that. Um,
Yeah, we just shooting the shit. We
but
ain't trying to start the shit.
I
We just shooting
am
the shit.
a. I appreciate you trying to say today, but I'm still gonna get my ass kicked. But listen though, how I feel about that situation, I think it's despicable. I seen it from the beginning though. I already knew something else was up.
Okay.
Um, I've been a huge fan of Tory since I was introduced to Tory. Um, I'm a Meek fan by nature, so it's like that kind of bled in
Yep.
when they start working together.
Yep.
Um, then I started to listen to Tory independently, and I realized like Bull lightweight in my top 10. Like his artistry, the things he was able to accomplish, all of that tied in, and the fact that his versatility, like I feel like mine's do in a sense. I mean, it's some things that I still gotta learn and master, but the versatility that he can display, I feel like it's unmatched, bro. I don't think nobody could do what he do in the way that he does it.
Well, shit. That sounds like that. Don't sound like a top 10. That sounds like
Like
at
is
least a top three.
bro, and I give him that, bro. No other artist would came out with this NFT shit. Like he was crazy, broke the internet, like he said. No other artist ever cared about their fans enough for them to be making a song and their fans to get money with them.
Mm-hmm. Yo,
Not only that, when you dive into the facts that's been presented within this case, it's just despicable, bro. They painted this man out like he was the worst nigga that ever walked the planet. All for this shit to be a sham and a lie. But I was saying he was innocent from the day one. Like I was saying that shit, even when it was a little seed of doubt.
yeah.
But I was still screaming, "No, free Tory, this, that, and third." But you know how that shit go, bro.
Yeah.
It's politics within this shit. It's politics within this shit.
Yep. And that's what I every independent, they all struggle to um, to stand out because there is politics, and most independent artists just want to focus on the artistry of it. They don't want to care about politics because they're not really, they don't want to get into that game until they're in the game. There's not really a way to avoid it because it is
Right.
something you'll battle the entire time. I have theories on why he's being set up because I'm not. If I'm being real with you, I'm not a fan of his music like that. I've never really deep dive in is really what it is. Like it's not that I'm against because any of the tracks that I've heard him on, it's always been good stuff. But it's just not. But Meek, I fucks with Meek. I fucks with Meek.
Right.
But but still, I can still see that the evidence against him is not solid. It's actually very flimsy. Um, it's why anybody would do it. So you got to come up with motive and figure out why anybody would want to frame him, and it's pretty easy to see. Like it's that politics that
I
you're
mean,
talking
the
about.
motive was apparent.
To those who know,
Yeah, the motive. Everybody knew what the motive was. Everybody, bro. Everybody in America People that don't even listen to rap knew what the motive was.
No, you're gonna have to say it outright.
This
You're gonna have
chick
to say
don't
it
have
loud.
enough. You just a friend. You not making no. You not gonna make no headline. You just a friend. We got this. We got a big name against a big name. That's a story.
Yeah.
That's gonna spread like wildfire. We're gonna go up in every direction on both sides.
Everybody wins in
It's
that scenario,
politics,
right?
man. I don't know. This the part that got me. How the fuck you go? How the fuck you get shot in your foot and 3 weeks later you doing Planet Fitness commercials?
You ain't gotta work
I ain't
out, bro.
understand that one. I said, damn.
Hey, still gotta work. Still gotta work, and they
You
might
gotta
have
stand on. You
pre-recorded
gotta
it.
stand on that foot.
Yeah, they
You
might have
gotta stand on that
pre-recorded it
foot.
though. They could have pre-recorded
I ain't
that
never
shit.
seen nobody twerk with one foot. They might have. They might have.
Yo, but see,
You
okay,
trying
so
to find a way out.
I'm going. Yo. I mean, finding the bag. You do whatever you have to without selling your morals. Like if you can get people to work out because you agree with that lifestyle, and you're like, yeah, that fucking y'all want to pay me to tell people to do what they need to be doing anyway, pay me. But if they trying to get me to change my tune and like make me do shit that they want to do, or they have an agenda, now I'm not here to serve anybody else's agenda. I'm here for the service of the people, always, always. Because if you're not doing that, then
That part.
that part all day. Yeah. The so so that is surface level though. I will say that the them growing in popularity definitely surface level because like I think that when you destabilize, anytime you destabilize the any institution, it tends to fight back. And like he was rocking the boat like a motherfucker with those NFTs. Like he made more money independently than any other artist has ever done. He did it through a way that nobody had done up to that point. Because I want
Bro, he took the NFTs. He turned them non-fungible tokens and put it into his and liquidated it into an album, and then turned around and sold one album for $1. He made $1 million fucking in 57 seconds.
yes sir, yes sir.
The GOAT. He sold 1 million NFTs in 57 seconds. Not even a full fucking minute.
Yo, and with NFTs, that's the
They had to try to shut that nigga up.
yeah they had to.
That right there, with the if the NFT would have took off, it did take off.
It
But
did.
if it would have exploded the way that if he was still out here to what's the word I'm looking for? If he was still out here to lead that,
Yeah,
to like be in front of that, it would have continued to go up. It disappeared because their spokesperson disappeared.
yeah,
So, but if he was able to continue that, bro, there would be no need for any type of record label of any type of kind. You literally could do it by yourself. That's what he was doing. He was bringing independence to every artist.
yeah. That's what
Every label in the world would have went bankrupt. We no longer need you.
we're already to that point. The real thing. So I tell independent artists this all the time, which is if you're gonna be independent, that's great. I love that for you. I know how to record. I know how to market. I know how to do bookings. I know merch. Cool. You know all that. You know contract law. Gravy. You worked all that. You had to learn all those skills. Shit. I learned how to produce. All these things. You learn how to do everything yourself. And you pride yourself on putting your name on it and going, yo, I'm in the director's seat, like you said. But then you turn around, every independent artist has to do it. They turn around and they give the rights to Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and get 0.003 cents per stream. And that's bullshit. Like it that's you getting the worst record deal in the world because not only did you not get any resources, but you did all the work and now they get to eat off of it. Artists made it was some stupid number like outside of the top 20 artists that are making money on Spotify, it's pretty bleak after that. Like it starts knocking down way down. The average artist makes, well, if we average it, honestly, the average artist is probably making a penny per year because like there's what is it? It's like 70% of the songs on Spotify have 0 plays. Now, I don't know about you, but I definitely at least go check it out myself. Like what? How does 70% of the market have 0 plays? That shit don't make no sense to me either. You telling me your mama, your girlfriend, your brother, your cousin, ain't
Yeah.
nobody listening to it for you? Just once. Just once. No, I don't think so. That's crazy. Like there's a game being played there too. Like people trust the algorithm, whether it's YouTube or Spotify or whatever, how they discover their music. They trust whatever's put in their face and they take it. And we're sitting here giving it to them. We worked all this hard to give it to them. That's why I love the NFT model. That's why I like the smart contract model with who was it? It was Lil Russell selling.
Sad truth. Your family is his own.
Say it one more time. Sorry. I ain't catch you.
I was saying they said your family.
So like, so you like the model, like right? So you like the NFT model because it's revolutionary, and like you said, it is a problem that there's not somebody pushing it. But I don't even think that's really the problem because even though he sold those for $1, he only made so many. He made maybe $1 million or whatever it is. Oh, yo, we got we got technical difficulties. He'll be back in momentarily. Until then, hit me on the comments. Let me know what you think, what you're thinking about the the NFT movement, Web3, smart contracts, anything like that. Anybody that knows anything on that topic, because to me, even paywalls, going on paywalls, great. Like if you have a website and you have a paywall up, gravy. All right, we got it back. I think we here. Is working on it.
Hello.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if he's here. Because I heard a hello and then nothing. All right. It's closer, warmer. Let's see. Cause I'm seeing some blinds. We got action. Um, so like, what I was saying, I'm not sure if you can hear me yet, but like what I was saying, when you jumped out is that whether it's the NFT market or the smart contracts or any of this, bringing.
Yeah.
All right, you back? I keep hearing it in and out. It's once in a while. All right, I got eyes and a bright light.
I'm here.
Wow.
It's my time. It's my time. You hear me? That means it's my time right
That's a fact.
there.
Yeah, yeah. Like so,
No.
I think where he's at, where I really broke up, is that you said something about family, and I didn't actually hear that line.
No, I was saying they say family and friends sadly is always the last one to support you. And these type of it's always the outsiders that grass that they get on that train for you first.
That's absolutely true. 100%. That's absolutely true. That your friends and family, they're not. You want them to be your biggest fans, but it is not. It is so unlikely because, I'm not making pop. I'm making pop music that could be considered popular, like at some point, but only with a certain demographic. So, the likelihood that your mom listens to the same music that you're trying to make, or your best friend, like maybe your best friend, but your girl probably not. She probably listens to something else when she gets in the car. So, like, hoping that they are gonna support you because they really do mess with that type of music in general, nah, it's just not likely. Like some people got it like that, and they people to support them like that, and I'm so proud that I'm proud of your fams for doing that. But for the most part, it's very rare to see your friends, family, and so on support you in depth. They may even listen to it once. I don't think my mom's heard a single song I've ever done. I think she's heard one instrumental that I wrote, and that was it. And it's like, but I don't expect her to. That's the thing. It's like
Right.
idea from Idea and Abilities said, our disappointment is a direct result of our expectations, and I mean I can't say it better because that is it. We expect all of this, and when it's not, we're like, oh, why? Why'd you expect all this? Like, you ain't gotta expect all that. Now you can hope for these things, but that comes with the same difficulty. Is that if you
Right.
if you hope for, but having a dream. So okay, so that's a good question for you because you're a deep thinker. Um, when it comes to that, that dichotomy right there, where it's like, is hope a good thing, or is it more? Do you feel that it's more delusion, this hope, or is it, drive and determination and dedication and like action that matters more?
I feel like hope is. I like to speak in metaphors sometimes. I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
hope is a gun.
Okay,
I feel like it could be used for good. It could be used for bad. It depends on the user.
that's a fact. That is a fact. That it you don't always get to choose. Well, I mean, I guess in that analogy though, like at least since it's your hope, um, you should be aiming it where you want to go. Obviously, you want to aim it in that direction, but at the same time, it feels like if you pull that trigger, it can go.
That part.
Yeah, it's when you pull the trigger that's crazy, because it could be going in any direction instead of going straight down the
Yeah.
barrel.
That shit user friendly.
Yo, if it's user friendly, then we need more of it. Like I like hope, and I think that it gives people inspiration to do those things. But I really do think that the work is the most important part. Like because a lot of people I know, especially artists, are not necessarily self aware to the point where they can make the judgment of. I've had artists come to me. It's their first year. They're young, and they're like, "I want to be as big as Drake." Bro, what are you talking about? Like, and they want to do it by next year. It's like, so what kind of material you got? Well, I
Oh yeah,
don't,
that
but
shit over.
I got some good ideas. I hope it works
That
out.
shit over.
Yeah, it's over before it started, for sure, for sure. But
That shit over with them.
it's got to happen for somebody. Like it's true. There is a lottery there. Like if you happen to be that one that gets pulled up,
Yeah,
but it again, like you have
bro.
never.
I told this to a. I told this. I told the same thing you literally just said out your mouth to my little brother and another artist yesterday.
Yeah,
I was telling this artist that when you start out making music, you feel like nigga, your first song you ever drop is the hottest thing since fucking fried chicken.
yes.
It's not though. It's not.
I
Cause it's like all right, going back to this analogy with the hope. I'm glad you used this because I'm a big thinker and my mind, it's like back in the day when farmers was living in areas that don't see a lot of rain.
yeah.
And all they used to do was hope. I hope it rains. I hope it rains. So my plant can grow. I don't give a fuck if it rains 366 out of a 365 day year. Unless you plant them seeds, it could rain all it want. Ain't shit gonna happen.
Dude, it's man. I think I go through that. I think I go through that little bit on like every other episode, because it's a very valid point that is under. It's not really put out there as much as it should be, and I think it's a little bit underdeveloped in artists' minds. And it's like, but obviously, when you do give it thought, concentration, you actually focus, like you can see it all. Like you can see the field, and it gets a lot easier when you focus on this. Um, I also say that 9 to 5s support the dream, like until you no longer need the 9 to 5. But you need the 9 to 5 to make sure you get there. The whole starving artist shit, that shit is
Right,
dead. Don't do it.
right.
Would you say that there was, because I know that
Man,
you had your time in prison and stuff, so that 12 years is a really really large portion of your life. Like that's a time to
yeah,
reflect. It's a
from
time.
18 to 30.
Damn, you ain't even man. That's a shitty time to go, because that's the
I
that's the
don't, yeah, because I don't know what it's like to be 20 on the streets
that's what I'm saying. Nowadays,
at
I'm gonna
all.
be honest. Nowadays, I don't like the way the streets are run, because like I think that a bunch of there's a bunch of clout chasing over murder. Like these, every single person, every single rapper is a target. If people know your moves, all that shit, that you just become a target, because it's like, they get clout and they get the ability to say that they did this, and they're taking that shit fucking serious, like for no reason.
Hmm.
Like it seems like a lot of shit is senseless. I heard, what was it, SHxTin, when he got murked, that shit really fucked
Bro,
you
he
up.
just robbed a young boy in my. He just robbed a young boy in my city, man. Young boy, LGP quad, bro. Not even 2 weeks ago, bro. Nigga was 30 years old. He was a positive rapper though, bro. He was trying to uplift the youth and he was talking all the right shit. Like he wasn't trying to bring people down. He's actually trying to bring him up. You know these two, whatever or however, I don't know. Like I don't know all the specifics. I
Yeah.
just know what I seen on the post and all that.
Yep.
You
Same.
know, he didn't try to rob young boy for his chain and wound up killing him. And the fucked up part is, and another person from Philly said this. Another pivotal person, lightweight pioneer dude from Philly, man. He do music and stuff, and he kind of familiar with this topic because person I'm talking to, he recently had his own unfortunate situations revolving this same thing, but like he made a point. He said, "Damn, you done robbed him for the chain, and you done took the nigga life, and he was somebody out here. Like it's people wanting to know, like that hurt Philly. Like what happened? What's going on? You feel me? Like what the fuck you gonna do with the chain now though?
Mm-hmm.
You can't take it nowhere. You can't sell it to nobody. You can't wear it
Right.
because it's an admission of guilt. And if it's not, if you are wearing it and you're not the person that did what happened, you don't think motherfuckers not gonna follow that trail down the rabbit hole?
Yeah. With a quickness, and it ain't gonna be the cops
That's the
that get there
dumbest shit in the
first.
world,
It ain't gonna be the cops that get there first. That's for
bro.
damn sure. That's what I'm saying.
That's
So,
the dumbest shit in the world.
where you at? Where you located at? You in Philly?
I'm somewhere in the city.
Okay. I was just meant like what
You
what
know how
city?
that go.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to know what city, just to know where
I'm
you
just
at.
saying, man. You got I'm a type of person. I think the reason why I made it as far as I am because it's like sometimes I need to learn my own lessons, but other times I can learn from the lessons of others. And PNB Rock, his situation, that kind of hit me kind of hard. Like I don't ever tell nobody where I'm at.
Yeah. No, and you shouldn't.
You lucky. I told you I was somewhere in the city. I should have told your ass I was in Riverdale, Florida, some
Yeah.
bullshit like that.
Hell yeah. You fucking just throw it out there. Be like, yo, actually, I think I'm in Canada right now because it's nice this time of year. Like
Yeah,
fuck, I don't give a damn.
right. I'm standing outside of the Tory Lanez courthouse. They about to do deliberations again.
We just,
I'm out there.
yo, we out here protesting. I just want to let you guys know. Come on down with me. Uh, no,
Yeah,
I can't show you them right now.
I'm outside. Hey, no, I have to tell you, man. I'm outside. I'm outside with the motherfuckers out there campaigning with the free Diddy T-shirt. You get $20 an hour for wearing the free Diddy.
Yo, that shit, that they are wilding the fuck out on that trial. Like, there's, what was that
That's
chick,
that's diabolical.
dude?
That is diabolical.
The man, I've seen so many things already though,
That's
like
diabolical.
that are crazy. Like this lady was outside. She said she was like, she was protesting. She was protesting. She wanted to be in a freak off. She's like, I want to be in a freak off. Somebody take me to a freak off right now. Somebody like, yo, that shit was. It had me fucking. I
Yeah,
was dead. I was dead as fuck. Um, so
yeah,
like so with this celebrity, like it's always a distraction. That's the thing for me is like these things feel like they're a distraction because they had that. Not only did they have the list, but they had they had the videos a long time before the list. That 101 is right there. It's in your face. You can literally go and get the people doing this right now. But as you see the list, you're like, oh fuck, man. Like it's a pretty damn long list too. It's pretty extensive. I don't know to what degree it's accurate because I don't know what evidence they have. It's not been presented. It's only been secondhand. Have you noticed that they didn't let us in this trial? Like they put on every other trial and they make it public, but not this one.
mhm,
That's weird. That's weird. That's not
mhm.
normal. Like we're supposed to have freedom of press. They're supposed to be able to be in there.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen though. You got that's a different level of money right there.
Yup. That's exactly what
That's
it
a
is.
different level. That's a different level of money, and they only gonna let out the 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 shit that I don't know. Cause it's very complicated. Cause
Very.
it seems like sometimes they trying to sneaky, sweep the shit under the rug, so he can either wind up with something light and escape, and other times it seems like they trying to bury him under the jail. But the same times I see him burying him out in jail, I wake up the next morning and I see a post of him riding a motorcycle in jail. How the fuck you get a motorcycle in jail?
Yeah, somebody snuck it in
But we
before their
talk,
time.
but we talking about Diddy.
Yeah.
If Diddy want a motorcycle in jail, guess what the warden gonna go do?
And do you know
He gonna go
why?
get that nigga. He gonna go get that nigga a motorcycle. That nigga had a motorcycle. I don't know how. Don't get me started.
Yo,
There's a lot going on.
I mean that's where I'm at. Is that there is a lot going on. We do have to acknowledge. We at least have to acknowledge what's out there, because like if we just close our eyes, put our head in the sand, then we're going to be ignorant of what's happening in front of our faces, but also be aware that there are distractions, because there's other shit going on right now that is far more important than this trial even. And it is important. Like this trial is fucking it's very important, but there's a lot of shit that's happening in the world that is it's more pressing, because these events, although they are horrific, very tragic, they did happen in the past, whereas there is shit happening right now that we gotta work right now. And you know, I'm a bit of a I'm definitely a
Right.
conspiracy theorist, and you know, that makes people discount a lot of what I say, just because I'm speaking on a bunch of different things, like really, because like me personally, I'm about to go on the other side of this shit. uh, this ain't supposed to be the conspiracy theory podcast, because we actually have one of those. Um,
Right.
but but the things I'm talking about is like, okay, so unemployment and homelessness and food. It seems like that's not really a problem for most people right now. Most people right now in America, but within the next 5 years, it's going to be a very serious problem, and I don't see people preparing for it, and it kind of scares me. Um, and maybe I'm just a negative. Like maybe I'm being negative. Maybe AI and robotics is going to be just fine for everybody, and it's going to work out.
Hey, hey, yo, you heard it here on your podcast first. You hear me? The next president is gonna be AI.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's
How,
actually a
how
theory.
about that? How about that for a conspiracy theory?
I like it. I like it because it
The
is
next
so
president gonna
possible.
be AI.
I'm with you. Yo, so what do you think about that? Like, do you think that that's a good idea or a bad idea? Where do you uh, land?
I feel like with all things, there's good things as well as bad things about it. The one thing you won't have to worry about, if it is AI powered in some type of way, you don't have to worry about the emotions. That person will be able to make that, whatever it is, will be able to make very fluid decisions based off of statistics and data.
Well, okay, so
That would be like my only plus.
yeah, if I told you right now that you
That would
are,
literally be my only. That would be my only plus.
I mean, there's a plus. I mean,
See,
that is a plus.
I wish I had AI powered. I wish my judge was AI. I wish I had an AI powered judge. I feel like I would have fared off much differently.
You can't even have an AI lawyer at this moment, even though they know every single case law. They know it better than any human possibly can, because they can see it all at the same time. You present them with the evidence, and they'll go, actually, no. And they'll bring up every single piece of information that you need. But that's not legal right now. We're not allowed to do that. I mean, technically, you can
Right.
do that. You can say, I'm going to represent myself, and this AI is my assistant. Done. You're allowed to have that. But I have not seen it work in a court case right now at this very moment, which is kind of crazy, because it seems like just a natural progression of shit. Um, but with an AI president, that whole, going based on statistics and everything, with an electric with the electric vehicle, or I'm sorry, with the electric self-driving vehicles, um, there, I don't remember what the percentage is, but I'm just going to make one up here. If it was, you are 1% likely to get into an accident with one of those, like if you're in that, but you're 10% likely if everybody's driving. Would you convert over to a driverless car?
Nah, I convert to a chauffeur, an experienced chauffeur. But um, it's very few comfortable. Comfortable people. Zuzu, go please. I'm having an interview. Thank you. There's very my bad.
You good?
There's very few people I trust behind the wheel though.
That's true.
So like I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, so like, okay, so what if I said that you are still 10% likely to get into an accident, but you are 0.0001?
Them percentages,
They don't even play into it.
those percentages don't really apply to me because I would never go look them up. So it doesn't factor. It doesn't factor when it comes to me making my decision. I'm just standing on business on that joint. Like I'm just, just give me the keys.
All right, all
If
right.
it's your car, I gotta respect that shit. But if it's my car, you probably don't even touch the keys unless I tell you like, yo, I can't drive or whatever the case may be.
Yo,
But
yo.
outside of that, I can never like. I don't know. It's a situation where anything could happen. I'm just saying like I'm going to double down and bet on me before I put that faith willingly in anybody else.
I mean, but okay, so if they're
Cause
perfect,
what if they was trying to backdoor me, bro? What if they was on some shit like I'm gonna get me and you? Nah, fuck that.
yep, and they
On this
absolutely.
concrete.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know what we do though. This is the craziest thing that I realized when I was like in high school. Still, is when I first started driving, I was like looking at the road and driving, and I'm looking at that paint. It's just paint on the road. That's like what is that fucking maybe 8 inches across, maybe fucking at most a foot across, and we trust that is gonna stop that metal fucking that metal missile that is fucking just going right by you. We trust that they're not going to break the contract of going over the paint. That's crazy. That is like, and honestly, in the future, I can see where they'd be like, that shit's barbaric as fuck. You know how many of them died just because they didn't like they wanted to drive? I can see that, it being viewed that way. Because I think there's a movie Demolition Man. I think that's actually how they view it.
Right.
So what you if we go AI president, so I take it that you're against the AI president then, because you're gonna bet on me.
It's not.
You gonna bet on
Nah,
me?
not really. Because I don't think it's going. I don't think it's going to change my life. I don't think it's going to change. I don't think it's going to affect me personally. So not really. I really. I've never. We never had a president since I've been alive that did anything for me. Whether positive, they ain't did nothing for Wazzy Free. I ain't had a check with my name on it yet.
You ain't get them COVID checks?
So with that being said, I don't really, I missed a lot of all of that. Remember, I was incarcerated.
Yeah. Oh man, what? Okay. I didn't put two and two right there. Okay, so if you go in at 18, how old are you? I'm not sure if I asked yet. Did I'm not sure if you responded or not.
I'm 34
34. Okay, so that puts you at like 30.
currently.
40. Okay, so shit. So you was in during COVID then, yeah?
I came home right after COVID.
Man, what? Okay, I gotta ask
Right
you because
at right after they start lifting all the fucking restrictions and taking all the money away.
yo, you can get. They did file. I say this. They did file this year that you're able to claim all the monies that you didn't get during that time period. That's this year, so you should be getting. You should be okay. I would check into that.
Mm.
Because that's gonna be some good. So, all right. So, if the for me personally, like you're absolutely right. I don't think the president is nearly as important as people put it on. Like they don't vote locally. They don't even give a fuck who their congressman, who's their mayor. They don't really give a fuck. Like even the mayor, they care about the optics, but the people really making decisions, They're like, nope. And that shit affects you more than anything else. You're locally, but they're busy focused on this fake puppet race. Like, they're two parts of the same
Right.
seven-headed dragon. It don't matter. You can cut them bitches off. There's still more to grow back, and they come plentiful. So like, you're right. They don't matter. The figurehead doesn't matter because even though that changes, my daily life doesn't change for the most part. Um, but I feel like it's really hard. I know that we as the people do not have a lobbyist for us. Like just in general, our congressmen are supposed to be that, but they're not. They're busy taking meetings with fucking actual lobbyists. People fucking paid millions of dollars to bribe the fuck out of them. And of course they're gonna eventually go that way. So corporations are just playing the long game until they've got their fingers in everything and every single pie. And we're stuck going, hey, I thought that was my guy. That was the dude that I voted for. Yeah, he voted. If you look at how often your local candidates or your state representatives vote against their district just on a bill or whatever, it's like, yo, what made you do that? That's definitely not how. Is that how you feel? You? Nope. Nobody. Why the fuck did he vote that way? But nobody votes him out either afterwards because they just get used to, oh yeah, everything's good. My daily life is good.
Right.
So it's complex, and it's a lot to think about to even take into account. Do you feel like
Very complex.
yeah? Do you get into any of that, or do you just kind of leave that to, fuck, that's their problem? Like like don't let them and
I
that
mean, I
sort.
get to it. I do. I do get to it, but it's like it's. I get to it, but it's still private. Like I discussed that with like my parents, like my mom, my grandmother, my stepfather. You know what I'm saying? We have political conversations. My godmother, we have political conversations all the time. Um, especially during election time. I actually kind of like look forward to those times because it gives us something to talk about.
Yeah.
Um, but
Do you all
those are
agree?
just they're literally the only people I usually have those conversations with. And my little brother, we have political conversations, but we politically aligned, so
Mm-hmm.
we don't even. It's like a situation when it comes to me and Remo, it almost don't have to be spoken. It's already understood.
Right. That's a real thing, though. That is a 100% real thing. Is when you are politically aligned and ideology, you have the same ideologies. Like it's really easy to go, yeah, yep, that's how we move it. Like everything goes really simply. But also, I guess there is a little bit of a problem with it if everybody you surround yourself is like that, because then you're not testing your concepts and your ideas against anything. You're just going, yeah, you agree? Yeah, me too. And fucking, it's an echo chamber. I think a lot of people do that too. I think they surround themselves with like-minded people, which is not a bad thing if what you're like-minded about is a goal, a mission, like action, versus uh, what what to call fucking a bathroom, like like what bathroom you, all this random shits. Like that is less important. We all, even a Democrat and a Republican, have more in common with their beliefs than we would with somebody outside this country. Yet we still fight like a motherfucker over the dumbest shit that is really. I mean, yeah, there's serious issues. Sure, I'll give it to that. I don't want to downplay any of the issues, but I also want to go, yo, can we come somewhere in the center? Can we come to the best? What do they say? The best type of compromise is where nobody's happy. Like, it's like, all right, cool,
Right.
I can live with that. Um, do you? Because like you said, you get into those type of conversations with family and things, and you don't really go outside of that. Do you think that's reflective of you being in jail, where your opinion can be? I mean, you definitely don't want to get too opinionated up in there, in prison. I would imagine. I don't know. I
I
didn't.
mean, my thing is, my. I mean, I'm not a person of big stature. You feel me? Like
In
I'm
what way?
kind of small. I'm only like 5'8". You feel
Okay.
me?
Okay.
I'm talking about
Literal.
in physical.
Yeah.
But as far as being opinionated, I don't give a fuck who feel any type of way about what I got to say, who there, whether we in prison, hell, or heaven. If I feel like I want to say, I'm gonna say that shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna stand on that.
All right.
Whatever happens after that, we gotta deal with that after I do what the fuck I did. But that gotta come first. But You know what I'm saying? It's just I don't know. I think it's just about however you publish that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Cause some things that I've said to people, they don't even feel no type of way about, but it's because of how it was presented. You feel me? Like you
Yes.
don't always gotta disrespect people.
Yes.
Sometimes you could humble people with words that they might hear every day, but just the way you put them together, then triggers something chemical, some type of chemical reaction in their brain, and then they feel like they understand you now. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like
You
I
unlock
don't
the
know. It's
puzzle.
just
You got the
I
puzzle
don't know.
piece
I
completely.
guess it depends on my mood.
some
Yeah,
some days I'm more aggressive.
yeah. I think it just depends on my mood.
That's
Yeah,
reasonable.
it depends on my mood though, cause you know what I'm saying. Like I got into a lot of altercations in prison because somebody ain't like what I said, and I'm from Philly, bro. Like it's certain things you feel me. Like if we having an argument and I tell you go ahead or some shit like that, and I try to walk off. Know what I mean? And now I'm gonna press the button. You feel me? I'm quick to tell you suck my dick or some shit like that now because I want to go there now, whatever the situation is.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
You feel me? I want to go there. I want to go there now. But it's there, bro. It take a lot for me to get there, but nah, I mean, I could go there. I got my moments. I'm human, bro. I have my. You feel me? I got my flaws like everybody else.
Yeah, and everybody's going to, you
But
know.
yeah, even especially in prison, bro, I had a chip on my shoulder because I was small. I had
That's
a chip on my shoulder because I was small. I was going at the big niggas
of course.
because I was small.
Yeah.
Cause y'all not about to try that shit over this way. And then it didn't make it work. It didn't make it bad that growing up, like all my uncles, my pop, all of them went to jail before. So as I'm being, you know, raised and nurtured, I'm witnessing the impact that has on families, and I'm one of the people impacted. And I'm sitting there, and these are the people. I'm a boy, so I'm growing up. I'm looking up to the males. You feel me? And they got this going on and that going on, and you know what I mean, like you kind of like start gravitating towards that shit a little bit.
Well, you're going to. I mean, that's what it's crazy to say, but tribalism, like us being, if you don't have, especially in prison, like I've never heard anybody say, other than the people that stick to themselves, like because there's people that is their goal is just to stick to themselves. They don't want to talk to nobody. They don't want to they don't want to do none of that shit. They stay by them. They stay by themselves. Like I had a boy that went for 6 years, and that, he went to a max or whatever, and he just he went in there small as fuck. Like to be real, he was one of those dudes. He's I think it's an endomorph where you have a high metabolism. So super skinny
Right.
his whole life and shit. He went in there, and I was like, bro, long hair, fucking baby face type shit. It's like, bro, it's not a good look, man. It's not a good look. And when he came out though, like that motherfucker was jacked as fuck. Like that's all he did was stick to himself and work out every day. He had a kitchen job, fucking eat, fucking eating like a motherfucker and just working the fuck out. That was his only mission, and I was like, makes sense. Like it just made perfect sense. Do you feel like you got a level of like um, discipline from the daily life that you had there, or do you think that it actually affected your ability to
Bro, that shit caused me PTSD, bro. Sometimes,
guaranteed?
like mentally, I would have days where I could be free as a fucking bird, and still feel like I'm there, like I feel trapped there in sort of sense. I remember when I first came home, I used to wake up out of my sleep and stand up. I ain't have to use the bathroom or nothing. It just like I was just used to being jarred from my sleep at a certain time because it
Yep,
was count time.
yep. I was just about to say
I would wake
count.
up out my sleep and stand up. And then once I started getting my bearings together and I realized like, damn, this is my mom's living room.
What the fuck?
Or,
Yeah,
this my friend spot or whatever the case may be, my auntie house, whatever the case may be, my grandma house, I'm home. Why the fuck am I standing there? Who's gonna count me? Like this?
hey, can somebody come
Who
around?
the
Can we
fuck
get
about
this?
to count me?
Can we get this done? Can somebody come walk around?
Yeah, who about to man, listen. That's a traumatizing place,
Of
bro. It's a
course.
traumatizing place, bro. I done seen. But I've been walking in them tears, bro, in the feds, bro. I remember playing chess with old heads, man. People that I was like, they shared a little bit of their case with me and all that. Like we got that comfortable.
Yep.
I mean, and they teaching me little things. We playing chess one day, eating, together. Might got a little drink. You know what I'm saying? We might be, it's just a little mad. And then the next day, I go knock on this same motherfucker door. The motherfucker that was, vibrant, all, energetic and all that. I go knock on this door and he in there hanging, dead as fuck. Just hanging from the ceiling. Like, the fuck, nigga, you was cool yesterday.
Yeah.
But like I said, prison is a very traumatizing place, bro. Very traumatizing. Man, listen, I can't even get in, so we're gonna need a
You've
whole nother
seen too
interview.
much. That's what I'm saying. You've seen too much. That's all you need to say is that you've seen too much because the mind can
Yeah.
only take so much before it just goes. It either goes and it snaps or it's gonna take that, push that shit back. We ain't got time to deal with that shit because if somebody had
Mm-hmm.
such coping mechanisms that it didn't fuck with them at all, you got to worry about that motherfucker. Like you better worry about that man.
Nah, bro. But they say nobody goes through prison unaffected, bro. Not the inmate. Not well, they don't call them inmates no more. According to law, the new term for prisoners, you could call them a prisoner. There's nothing unlawful about that. But is the inmate has been coined derogatory. But
What? I
the
never
new
heard that.
term for the new term for prisoners are adults in custody. But adults in custody, bro, like
You know what that sounds like to me? That shit right
what's that?
there. That shit sounds like what did they say? Minor attracted person. Like, you mean a
Yeah,
pedophile? You mean a chomo? Like, it sounds like a fucking title to soften it up for no good
that's
reason.
that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, low key it is though because if somebody sued, they said it was unconstitutional to call people inmates because when you how you take the origin of words and all that.
Yeah.
Inmates it has its deep roots in slavery. So basically they was calling them slaves.
Word. I
You know
did
what I'm
not know
saying?
that. I did
But
not know that.
it wasn't a racial thing at that point because they was locking everybody up. But if you were incarcerated, that's how they considered you a slave.
Okay. Oh, well,
But
actually, the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment, that actually says, like, if you read it, that, yeah,
yeah, it say if yeah, you're a legal slave. If you go
yes.
to jail, you're a legal slave. You gave up all rights as a human being.
Yep. And so for you to say, okay, so that's the worst
And it's
thing they gonna
legal.
say to you in prison is that you're an inmate compared to all the other things that you are hearing on a daily basis. You think that's the most important thing they could have changed? Come on, man.
See, that's not everybody's conversation though, bro. Like
That's true.
I never been one of those people like that. I'm telling you, I'm never been one of those people. Like you got so many different forms of people in general, but in prison life, bro, it kind of gets broken down to kind of like breaking it down to its lower common denominator
Yeah.
on given prison and all walks of life, bro. In prison, you either got niggas that's gonna go or niggas that's not gonna go. And I ain't give a fuck if you was a prisoner or you was a person that locked my door at night. I'm not going for any and everything, bro. I will buck. I'm telling you, Remo could tell you, bro. I've been pepper sprayed in 12 years. I've been pepper sprayed probably 100 times, bro.
Where you got the
And about
immunity.
60 of them times, bro, about 60 of them times is because I dragged the situation farther than it had to go. But that's because once you got me to that point, let's go there. Like I ain't no, it's so many dudes in prison. Like they'll do the fake John. Like they gang on with the police and shit. They'll cover their door, be unresponsive. So now the police got suit up and they got to go in there. But most niggas they cop out by the time they get them to suit up and all that. But by the time they talk about we about to spray in there 3 times and then we gonna rush in here and subdue you and get you just to make sure you alive,
Yeah.
niggas was copping out. Ask my brother.
I ain't even got
I'm
to. I
telling
ain't
you, I
even
had a
got
chip
to.
on
I've
my
seen it.
shoulder. And it wasn't even about proving nothing to nobody. It's about like, bro, like I gotta crash out on y'all one good time, and y'all never gonna miss me again. Y'all gonna leave me alone.
Yep.
And being a person that was small, I was in there with niggas that was locked down and locked up for 30, 40, 50 fucking years. These niggas 80 years old and they done worked out every day for the last 60 years and they ain't got no necks. They motherfucking muscles got muscles. And
Steiner, bro-
uh-uh.
Steiner
And,
Brothers
and
looking
then they
mother.
got knives too?
Yeah.
Nah,
Shit,
fuck that.
machetes in that
That's why
bitch.
you gotta crash out. God crash out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, I don't care what size you is, bro. The entire world respect the crash out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They respect the crash out. The people who get out your way when they know you'll crash out. See, if until they really know that you're a violent crash out, they'll poke that beard.
Yep.
But once niggas really feel, oh yeah, he gonna go, yeah,
Yep.
they'll tell other niggas not to fuck with you. Yo, Lee, he gonna crash, bro. I'm trying to tell you, you don't want that. He gonna crash. He gonna go. He gonna put that foot all the way down. He gonna take the brake pedal out just so can't nothing stop him. He
Oh
want all gas.
all
Real
gas,
rap,
no break all day. That shit is so.
nigga,
To me though, I will say
nigga.
this: do you think that that is a? I'm not everything that you've said. I agree with 100%, but also at the same time, I have to look at the other side of that, which is how many situations, like you said, 60 of the situations that you've been in was because you took it further than it had to go, because you had to show, that part of your personality, and also just to
It
point
wasn't
out,
even that, bro. It wasn't even that, cause I ain't gonna never get in front of the camera and try to make myself bigger than what I am, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't never want to do none of that shit, bro. Like I don't be crashing out on the street,
okay, okay,
but I had to crash out in jail because I wasn't gonna be nobody's victim.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on
You
that
see what
too.
I'm saying? Like I'm not out here every day on nobody's block doing none of that, bro. I live safe, bro. I'm trying to be a rapper and you feel me, an author and take care of the people I gotta take care and take my little shit around the world. I'm trying to do this shit with breath in my body though. You feel me?
Yeah,
You feel me? I'm trying to go on cruises and shit in my 70s with my little fine shit and shit like that, bro. I'm not, you feel me? I will though.
yeah. If you
At the
got to,
same time, let a situation threaten anything that got to do with my circle, and I'ma drag that shit farther than it gotta go.
all day. That's what you got to do, because that's. I mean, and I actually just had this conversation last night with a friend about a situation, and I ain't gonna mention a lot of names, but I'm really big into reggae. I love reggae music, um, and so I've been in that scene for a while too, recording with artists and things like this, and an old friend of mine.
Hey, you tell me you recorded with Vibes Cartel, somebody like that, bro.
No,
We gonna have a problem before we hang up, bro. That's my favorite.
yeah.
I grew up on reggae.
Oh man, yo,
Yeah,
we gonna have
like
some more
I'm
fun.
talking about. I'm gonna throw names out there. I ain't talking about motherfuckers that you hear every day, like the Sean Pauls and all. Everybody know that. I'm talking about Alkaline and Barris Hammond, Caps. You feel me? Like I get really extensive when it comes to this reggae. I damn near know reggae better than I know rap.
Levy, what is it? It's Levy. Um, oh damn, skibbity woo. Sing. It's fucking Levy, and I can see the name and I can see the album. Fuck. But like, do you do dub? Do you like dub or
Dubstep.
island? No, not
I
dubstep, but
listen.
like
I ain't
island
gonna.
dub.
I listen to all types of music, bro. Like especially if it's a vibe, bro. Because like we was talking about when we was talking about my music earlier, and whatever. Like I like to grab beats from all types of genres, especially if I could make it fit what I'm trying to fit.
Yeah,
But I listen to it because I need to hear how these other artists are performing on these beats
yeah,
before I put my own spin onto it. I gotta know what the trend is first. You feel me? I do gotta before I make a detour, I still gotta follow that path. Otherwise, I never get to the part where I'm trying to make the detour at.
yeah. It's you got to learn the rules. Same thing for music theory. It's like you got to learn the rules before you can break them. Because once you learn them, you're like,
Right.
yo, I see what you can do, but guess what? I add to this shit. and that's where
Real right.
that's where interest comes in. Because if you just come in,
Yeah, eat up the drip.
yeah,
Eat up the drip.
that shit isn't. But I'll say this too though, like I know artists that I think it was like 2 or 3 episodes ago. There's some artists out of Atlanta and out of North Florida, like Gainesville area, and they're a duo and they're individual, but their music is so original. Like they're MC and a rapper, and like their music is so original, but they don't listen to nothing from this decade. Like they listen to everything like '90s and before. And really, like when I said their influences and what they listen to on a daily, they said like shit from the it was the '80s and the '90s, and then one dude went back to the '50s for his number one. And I was like, okay, so y'all don't listen to nobody's cadence and anything, but when you hear their music, yeah, they felt like if they listened to newer music that it would influence how their sound was. And I don't want to talk for them, like speak for them and say that's the fact, that's how it is, but that's how I interpreted it. And like I got my mastering engineer. He's one of the most talented musicians that I know, and that dude doesn't. And I mean, that's how we bonded in the beginning. Is in high school was, it was the fact that he introduced me to a lot of different types of music. Now he doesn't listen to any other. It's been years since he's listened to any outside influences because he's like, I don't want it to influence my sound anymore. Like I want it to be purely me that's represented on this track. And it's like that's intense for me because I love music. I love discovering new stuff for the same reason that you mentioned. That I want to be able to see what's out there so I can go, oh, I can do that, but guess what I can add.
Right.
But reggae though, you said so. Did you levitate towards reggae on your own, or did you have outside influences push you in there?
My father is like half Jamaican himself, and my mom, that's her favorite music. So growing up, that's all I heard for real.
Yes.
There was hip hop mixed in there, but they were big on reggae.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, dude, that makes for it makes for a great time. You ever got to go to Jamaica?
No, I've never been to Jamaica.
Yeah. So the travel. I don't know how that. Obviously, getting 12 years and such. That's that.
I came home and went to Puerto Rico though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
my little brother took me to Puerto Rico
hell yeah.
within my first 6 months home.
See, now that's dope. That's a good time right there.
Yeah,
Was it a culture shock?
it was the scariest time of my life, man. I was on fucking federal supervised release. I wasn't supposed to go nowhere. And he talking about lead the country. I'm like, nigga, you setting me up. I thought he was backdooring me. I mean, I'm not really, but I knew my brother ain't on that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, the thought hit my head, like, man, what the fuck going on? You trying to send me back to jail, nigga? I ain't even been out here long. Then
there. How long were you on supervised?
I'm still on supervised release. I'm talking to you on that.
Yeah. Damn. That's a hard fucking. That's a yeah.
I get off this year though, man.
Hell yeah.
Toward it, when the next year start, man, I will be completely free.
That.
But
Until
it's
then,
been a long road for the same case, bro. This shit crazy, bro.
that's a long time. Like, and I don't like obviously most people don't, but I really don't like our judicial system, the prison system. The thing that we've created is a money making machine because it's not built for our benefit or society's benefit. It's really just made to make money and to take unwanted people off the streets because that's what it is. They want to take, and it's specifically minorities in general. They want to take minorities off the street as many as possible because power is numbers, and if we unite, then that's a big problem for them. So to me, I feel like although not political, you said you don't care because reggae, it started in rebel music. Like that's what it was. So the same thing goes for hip hop. I feel it's a rebel music. Like you have that job to.
When I say I don't care, let me clarify that a little bit. When I say I don't care enough to be deeply involved in something where it could captivate my emotions.
Okay.
And I know my voice is not being heard.
That's fair. That's fair.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like if I felt like you know, the people was actually being heard as individuals. And I understand with all the people in the world, that's almost impossible to do. But that's the way it was designed to happen. And we went astray from that. But um, if I felt like I was making a bigger impact, then I would probably be 100 and put. It wouldn't just be um something I do with, just those family members. It would probably be something I partake on because it does interest me. What's going on in the world, politics in general, foreign currencies, all of that type of shit. It all piques my interest, but it's like very frustrating to feel so strongly about something for those feelings to not go nowhere.
Bro, I feel that. I feel
Like you
that.
really can't do nothing with it.
That part. That part. That's it. Yo, I feel.
Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have that. I could take the energy that I would have put into something that has a moot point into creating another song or writing another book. Fuck
Yes.
that. I ain't got time to waste. I lost 12 years already.
I'm with you on that. And that. Do you think that made the drive? Like, made you have the drive? Is that you did lose out on that amount of time? Because obviously you were keeping busy and you were doing.
I think I think the drive. I think I already had the drive,
Okay.
but that having that situation was the gas that I needed to drive that motherfucker.
You already had
So
the
I already
vehicle.
had the car.
Yeah.
I already had the vehicle. The vehicle was it was I was born with it. I already had it, but I ain't had nothing in that tank.
And that's where, like,
I put
that'll definitely put you on time. They talk about that midlife crisis shit, and like, but I mean, time, once you realize what it is and how much you get and how much you don't get, you better put your foot on the gas, because like, you ain't got forever to do these things that you're like,
right.
I wish I would. And it's gonna sound sappy as fuck, but like, that movie Up, um, the opening scenes to Up, that is the saddest shit I ever saw, because it's like, it's just an old dude promises his girl that they're gonna take him to, I'm gonna take you to the island. I swear, one day I'm gonna do it, but I gotta work. I gotta work a lot to be able to afford to do it. And he kept doing that, and she's getting older, he's getting older. They get to the point where they're old enough, and then she dies without ever going, because he finally got it up. He's like, wait, yo, I'm retired. We got the time, we got the money, let's go. And because he had forgot his promises to her. And like, to me, I feel like in life, whatever you're passionate about is that old lady. And like, you're just going through life, you're trying to work, you're trying to do that 9 to 5 or whatever the hustle is to support that thing, and you really want to get to it. But when you come out at 40 and you still haven't started that thing, you just like, one day I'm gonna do that book, I'm gonna write that book, I'm gonna make that album, I'm gonna do whatever it is. It feels like,
Hmm.
you get to a point and this fucking, that shit dies. And it's like, so coming out at 30, did you feel like you had a disadvantage as far as the, um,
I was at extreme disadvantage.
yeah,
I
keep,
was at, they say prison preserves you. They say whatever age you are when you go to prison, that's that's kind of like the maturity age you come back out. So it's like I went in 18, stayed 12 years, and came home 18 mentally.
yeah, I can see that.
But I'm 30. That's a 12-year gap. 12 years worth of information that would have watered my plant
Hmm.
was put on hold.
So that's, to me, okay. So just to like counterpoint that, it feels like, that could also be an advantage, because like, although you're missing that time, you also have that mentality that a young person would have about being 30 and in the game. Because like, when you're 30 and you get out here and you want to, start going to shows and so on, you already start getting called unk at like, at pretty much 30, 30, 35. Oh, 35, you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're talking about, you're old at that point. But to me, I don't think, again, it comes back to that passion. If this is what you do, this is what you're gonna do, regardless. Yes, we want to
Hmm.
monetize this thing. Yes, we want to maximize it. We want to be able to, live off of it. But same time, I'm gonna do it anyway. I ain't giving discounts, but I'm
That part.
still, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm still gonna, keep doing this thing. So, I feel like it's a good thing to have that mentality. It could be considered a positive.
I think it go and like I said, it goes for me being a Libra.
I was
I'm
just
able to
thinking
look
that
at
the
both sides.
scales.
Yeah, I can look at both sides, bro. Like I got that unique ability to look at both sides and weigh. Now, sometimes I make decisions with the smart part of my brain, and sometimes I make decisions with the immature part of my brain. But we all human, and we all got everybody got their own individual strengths and weaknesses and all that.
Absolutely.
Everybody can't be the best dunker. Everybody can't be the best 3-point shot. Somebody always got to be something though. You
Yeah.
feel me? So I just try to find some type of comfort in that and just work on myself as I am now because I can't go back and change none of that shit. That shit is already in the history books. It's already been done.
Hell
So
yes.
I just be trying to you know improve, show improvement. Be a little bit more dedicated today than I was yesterday. I mean, just try to evolve.
I couldn't have said that shit better, man. Because that is the goal of life, and I think that's a perfect place to go ahead and end it. But I don't know if Remo told you, because this is gonna be the second one if he didn't. But do you know how we like to end it here?
No,
Yo, so the way we like to end it here is we like to do either an acapella performance, a freestyle, and or showing off a song that's about to come out. Only three people. I'll tell you this too. Only three people have repped a song. Everybody else has done a performance, and that is me, goating the motherfucker.
hold up, time out. This nigga set me up. I already called this morning.
That's exactly what.
He put me on the spot.
That's what. I think it was. Oh wait, who's he? Who's he
You
talking?
said I could do one to three. You said I could do one to three things.
Yeah, freestyle.
You said I could do one to three things.
Yep, it's freestyle.
What's the second?
Is freestyle is an acapella performance or you can lay a track. You can say, I want you to check out this song, and either send it over to me or I'll go into the Spotify here and let everybody hear it.
Okay. And what's the third option?
Pretty much going over to Spotify, listening to a track, like just listening to something that you're trying to promote. Preferably, if you got it on an MP3 or a Wave, like you send it over, we can play it. Something new that's coming out or something like that. But it's on you. What
See
you
my
want to do?
thing. All right. See my thing is I'm stuck between two different Jones.
All right,
So I got a song that comes out. What's today? The 19th, 18th.
18.
All right. So I got a song that drops the 26th.
All right.
Um,
And what?
and
What are
I
you
do
trying to
want to
promote?
promote that.
What's the name of that song?
It's called The Rise.
The Rise. Oh shit! I saw you. I saw it on Instagram. I think.
Yeah, you probably saw that. Yeah,
Yeah. So
you ain't gonna be able to find that song yet because it hasn't dropped yet.
okay, okay. So,
But
so if you got it on the what you got, you're on your phone. Do you got a computer nearby?
yeah, I could send it over to you.
Yeah. If you throw it over to me, we'll listen to that one. But what was the other option though? What was the other option you was torn between?
All right, so how about we do this? You turned out for me. I'm gonna turn out for you.
All
How
right.
about we play one song first, and then as a bonus or a deluxe to the interview, I'll send over the Rise as well. We could go over that too.
Bram. I like that. I like that. We could definitely do that.
All right, I'm gonna show up. Let's go.
All right. Let's see.
All right, so the first song that I would direct you to on Spotify for my debut album titled Phantom of the Seventh. It was released in October of 2024. I dropped that whole entire song dropped while I was locked up. I was doing a year violation.
Oof.
Some shit that happened with me and my brother.
Oh damn.
Yeah, we got shit going on, bro.
It never stops. All right. So which would
It never stops.
it never
But
stops?
yeah, off that song, off that number, off that John, play number 7. It's called Phantom of the Seven. It's the title track.
All right. Let's see. Got it
And then and while you doing that, send me email DM me the email so I can send the rise over.
Too easy. Too easy.
Two birds, one stone.
Yes, sir. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Discovered on. I'm looking for it right now. Discography. Damn. And it was put out. It was put out an album that was 2024 right there. 2023 number 7. Phantom of the Seventh. Bomb. All right. Let me pull this guy up right here. It takes its time too. All right, there we go.
I'm gonna cut that little nigga out too.
All right, let me go ahead and share screen here real quick, and I am gonna mute my mic just so it sounds the best. Share audio, man. Good to go.
Play number 7. Phantom of the Seventh. Wazzy free. That's the wrong one. Play number 7.
Does not.
I be hitting when you missed that.
Still, still bumping.
Phantom of the Seven.
Phantom of the 7.
Wazzy free. Fuck what you heard about me. Real talk, a motherfucker serious. This word of mommy. Got a couple solid niggas, period. The murder about me. Listening to Wazzy free will make a nigga turn a zombie. Yeah. Fuck what you heard about. Real talk, a motherfucking serious. This word of mommy. Got a couple solid niggas, period. The murder about me. Listening to Wazzy free will make a nigga turn a zombie. It's getting gruesome over here, you better stay away. For a violation, every violator gotta pay. Punishment immediate, don't believe in 30 days. Slide on a nigga right now. That's the life that I wanted and I'm coming for it. Every other rapper standing next to me gets null and void. Let me hear this from your lips and you'll get destroyed. Flawless victory.
Why you do that to him?
Cause he wanna take my place, I got a stake. Mama, I would shoot him in his face, but what's at stake? I'll do anything for a smile on your face. So standing in my way, they get erased. It's drama time, dropping bombs. Kamikaze, hame, apex predator, alpha, omega. What the fuck? How they all like, oh my god. Learn to do this shit up in my sleep to make my mama proud. Plus I got a brother keep me trapped, I got to get him out. First is some shit about this case we got to figure out. Like how the fuck my big brother book, but my cousin out. Loose lips sick, my brother shit, that nigga bugging out. Stood tall, fuck you, fuck no, we ain't no timid niggas. And your actions make me hate your kids, you lieutenant nigga. Even grandma I don't like, you really did it nigga. We gon' spend a bin on niggas, again on niggas, and again on niggas. Till we get them, nigga, we gon' spend a bin on niggas, again on niggas, and again on niggas. Till we get them, niggas. Phantom of the Seventh. No, they'll never see me coming. When it happens, they can feel it in their stomach. It's like Wazzy got the munchies. Always eating, you can see me hungry. Only wanted is to tell you that I'm coming, then it's over, nigga. And I will show you niggas. Niggas want to smoke, I don't joke, I will smoke the niggas. Catch me wrong time of the day and I'll poke a nigga. Never see a smile on my face, we playing poker, nigga. We gon' spend a bet on niggas, again on niggas, and again on niggas. Till we get them, nigga. We gon' spend a bet on niggas, again on niggas, and again on niggas. Till we get them, nigga. We on your ass, fuck, nigga. Phantom of the Seven.
Hell yeah. That shit got me hyped, man. My heart started pumping for a minute. I'm like,
Yeah.
we going in or what? Like, yo, what's
What?
Not you, not yet.
Wazzy free. There, yeah, that type of shit right there though.
all of it, man. Like I ain't heard a song that didn't go above a 7. Like, or, I'm sorry, didn't go below a 7. Cause that shit, yeah, man, that shit. They're all hype. You're very animated in all of your music. It's definitely y'all check it out. Y'all see where? Let me see. I want to make sure I got him. Yeah. Y'all see the name? Go ahead. Check him out on all platforms, correct? Same name on all platforms?
Yep.
Too
Free.
easy, y'all. So check out Wazzy Free. The other one though, I did send you over the link there. If you send it back to ShadowWorks.
You sent me the link
Yes, sir.
to send the song.
Yes, sir. We gonna
All right,
we gonna
Eric,
go
I'm
through
about
it.
to send it. All right, give me 2 seconds. I'm about to send it over right now.
Ain't no thing. Yeah, that's always. I'm always looking for new music. I'm always looking for something that's different than the common, and that definitely meets the criteria there. I can't suggest enough to check out as many independent artists as you can. You know, don't get your taste from watered down radio, the playlist that everybody be putting shit on. Like, go find independent artists. They're everywhere. They're literally everywhere,
Right.
and they are waiting for you. Operators are standing by. They are trying to get heard, man. So there's too
No,
many.
real shit though.
Last year I listened to it was somewhere in the 3000s. I listened to about 3,000 artists, and I was kind of disappointed because the year before it was like you're in 0.001% of the people that listen to this many artists. I had listened to like 6,000 artists that year, and it's like,
Dang.
yeah, because I'm just constantly, especially when I have the time, I'm always listening. You know, if I got hours in the car, I'm checking out somebody's discography, or I'm going through and I'm listening to at least a couple singles, like whatever the latest single is, and wherever you started. Because I like to get, all right, where'd you start?
Yeah, you like to see the growth, the progression.
Yes, sir. Because if you still sound the exact same as you did, and you've been doing this for 10 years, yo, change. And
You need to
still
stop.
independent. Like maybe you need to freshen up the style. But let's see here. Did you go ahead and send it over?
Yeah, I gotta upload it.
Okay,
I mean not upload it. I'm throwing it through a week transfer, so I gotta upload it onto the week transfer,
Gotcha.
then put our emails.
Okay, that's two. Yeah, the we transfers. So I'm assuming that it's a wave.
Yeah, it's gonna be the wave.
Yeah, make it sound good. All right, let's see.
Yeah, it's gonna sound the same way
That's right. That's how
gonna
it's
sound the
supposed to be.
same way it got.
That's how it's
Yeah, it's
supposed
gonna
to
sound in
be.
the studio. I'm about to see that studio quality shit. This
Yep.
song got done. This song right here got done in the song I'm sending you.
Yeah.
It got sent. It got made in Florida.
Where at? Where was this
Bay
studio at?
Bay Bay 8.
Where's that at? Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It does matter. Like, I know a lot of people, they're like, oh, well, you know, I got a friend that fucking, he says he mixes, he's got a studio. No, motherfucker, you got a friend that has a, an interface and some headphones and some speakers and a mic, and he does not have a studio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there is a huge difference, and I know I'm an audio engineer and I care, but like, there's got to be a standard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's on its way to you now.
Alright. We'll get it here in just a second. Do you think, like you said earlier, like you said that people, when they first make their first couple tracks, they are super hyped about it. You know, and they want
Right.
to show everybody, they want their friends and family to watch. And I say that too with people that are producing it or people that I teach to record. I tell them, go ahead and make something today. You know, the first time I teach them to drive, and then I want to listen to that a month from now, because when they first do it, man, they're telling everybody, they're showing that shit off, and then a month later, you ask them what it sounds like, they're like, it's all right, but I could do better already. Ask
Right.
them a year from then, see what they say. They'll be like, you still got that shit? Like, can you erase that? Don't show nobody that shit, because like the progression that you make from that first one to then, crazy. But some people just, they base it on that one. Like they don't progress. They're not prolific. They don't produce a lot of songs. Like, once they get past the first 2 or 3, they're like, all right, I'm gonna ride on those. Yo, bro, there's a lot more shit to do. Like, what are we doing? All right, let me see.
The work is never done, damn near, bro.
That's right. And that's, I mean, if
It
you
seems
take
like
it
every
serious,
time you yeah, bro. Look at motherfuckers like Lil Wayne. He been doing this shit for 30 fucking years. He's still rapping.
and going in,
The work
too.
is never done.
I-
He's still going in.
Who did you just do one with? Oh, that Mexican.
All right, It should be
Just got here.
there.
Yeah, it just got here. I'm going in. Yeah, you fucking
All right, listen. Yeah, Liz, you can't even drop this interview into the 26th, bro.
All right, that's cool. Yeah,
Nah.
we'll clip it up. That's what we'll do. You know, we'll go ahead and clip it up and
Now I'm about to say, don't drop the part of the rise.
yeah, no.
I'm gonna share. Yeah, don't do the rise.
Yeah, hell no.
You could do the interview,
You
but I'm
can't.
saying the part that got the rise on it, drop that the same day my video drops, so you can share some of that traction.
Yeah, and I mean, yo, to also to help other people out is if your people are dropping shit and you're dropping shit, especially on the same day or it's aligned in dates, yo, support their shit. Like support it even if it ain't your day. Like you got, you know, it doesn't
For
take
sure.
shit. It's free to fucking share your boy's shit. I think you know I don't really take a lot of what Rick Ross says, like just because you know his position. I don't really take what he says.
Eloquently put.
But I don't like to what he said. He's like, you know, it's free to support your friend. I don't even have to read the meme. I don't have to listen to the song. I'm gonna go ahead and share it
I'm
because
pressing the like button.
I fuck with you. I fuck with you. You know?
Just pressing the like button.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah, I
It's
want to see
easy
you.
as
I
not-
want to see you win, and
Yes.
and my vote count.
And that's and as long as we all feel that way, then everything goes fucking smoothly. But you know, not everybody feels that way. It is some people consider this shit a competition, and it's competitive.
It's a
but
dog eat dog world,
yeah,
and these niggas is all crabs in the barrel.
but you ain't gotta do them like that. They ain't gotta do them like that.
That's what it is. Cold hard truth, man. I ain't about to put a band-aid on that shit. I tell my brother all the time, this is one of my favorite little quotes and sayings, man. I ain't gonna never call no spade, no club, no diamond, or no heart. I can only call that shit a spade. Not gonna fuck that. Mm-mm.
He said, "Fuck that." That's funny though. He said, "Nah, fuck that. We ain't doing that." But I mean, in all honesty, you gotta say it. You gotta see it when you see it. You know what is that 9/11 shit? If you see something, say something. Yes, I agree. Definitely fucking let people know how you feel about it. But at the same time, like you said earlier about the empathy.
What you mean if you see something? I'm not saying shit,
I ain't talking about to the people. I'm
bruh.
saying like if
I'ma
you
mind my
want to point
business.
something out, I ain't talking about talking to them people. I'm talking about
Oh, you talking about see something? Say you talking about you talking about like networking with artists?
yeah.
You talking about like networking with artists and shit?
Networking
Oh,
with
all right.
artists, network.
Yeah, that's
like,
different.
I ain't talking about talking.
I'm no, because every time I hear somebody say, if you hear something, see something, say something, that should be tied to the police. I was ready to hang up.
Yeah, fucking run. Yeah,
Hey,
fucking run.
Nigga, I was about to be out, bruh.
I'm with you on that one. Like,
No,
but that's what I
no,
was
I'm
talking
fucking
about
with you,
though
bruh.
too. I was talking about if something's fucked up, you definitely ain't gonna like go ahead call it out like a spade. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about talking to people.
No, all right.
But you got so before we wrap it up, I'm gonna go ahead and play this track. But I want to before we jump off of here, does anybody want to give shout outs to anything that you want to promote real quick?
Oh man, first and foremost, shout out to higher power, bro. Shout out to my mom. You know, my sister, my brother. Shout out to Natty. Shout out to everybody that's ever supported me. I got fans in Russia.
Yeah.
One of them was in my DMs a couple years ago, man. I still remember you, bro, because you was there when I was still trying to get my first fan. You might have been my first fan. I ain't gonna never forget you.
Yes.
Nah, man, like all that type of shit means something to me. So, you know, shout out to all my supporters, my friends, family, my naughty. Nah, man.
That's two. Making sure.
Oh, you caught it both times.
Make sure.
You like that?
Make sure that audience that argument is gonna go a lot easier now. So
She still gonna beat my ass for that Tory Lane shit.
oh man, I'm trying, bro. All right, so we go get into this track. Yo, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate the time that you spent because we got 2 hours in here. That's a long interview, but easy to talk to, very intelligent. fucking just listen to the music, because if they go and they check it out, give it a chance. I know they're gonna be locked in, because I know I am.
Hey,
I'm be jamming
I
that
ain't
shit.
gonna lie. When you drop what you about to play right here,
Yeah.
it's gonna lock you and them in. I mean, you probably already locked in, but it was kind of I had a cheat code because you know my little brother. But outside of that, when you press play on this shit,
Yeah.
I don't know who you around, but y'all all about to be staring at each other like, what the fuck? This nigga crazy. But go ahead.
So this is the next level. You saying like you calling it out Babe Ruth style? You're like, yo, next level.
I stand on business.
All right. That's confident words. I like that shit. Again, I appreciate you shooting the shits. We didn't have any fucking real technical difficulties, so I didn't get to say welcome to the shit show, but that's a good thing. That means it's happening less. That's why that banner is right there, because I have so many, at least one technical error during the podcast every single episode, and it's like, yo, y'all just gotta understand. Fucking welcome to the shit show. But
Right.
we gonna lead out on this thing. Whenever I end the track, just go ahead and stay on the line. But it's gonna the live's gonna go out. So peace, y'all. Rock this bitch. I want to make sure y'all hearing it. Can you hear it?
You already gotta run that shit back. That shit was already hard to fuck.
Bob. What? What?
Don't feel like we're doing that. Oh, yeah, man. Hold on. Sometimes, man, because we do what we do. No, but we don't know what to do about it. We can't treat things like that. We can't move it because we don't know but that's how we don't know what to do about it. We can do something about it.
Yeah. Bro.
I'm more dedicated than ever. Keep it going with me. I put my strap on my lap. I put my strap on my lap. Like how if you want to come about the food of the kind of the
Oh
one
fuck.
thirty and something that make you dummy again. I take the ground out of the girl, but I'm only giving you my purpose and that silly. My purpose gonna make you dummy again. I ain't do it. So we need to shoot in the street. So we in with in deep for the lead. I ain't do it. So when we all in the street and then you call when you couldn't tell them stars on, but this is what I ball for. I'm gonna be powerful. Get it back. I'm stuck yourself couldn't hurt us. Holding like a goat, you know, one full of ghosts, but when you shoot this coat, you don't know. I'm a dope clapping, trying to make another sound. Try to say, this is eliminated. Women make another thing to see that I visited. They just want to take it every time, so they let everybody else in the sky and do the better music.
Woo.
This is
Get
dope.
her. I hear you. I hear it. Yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah, man. That shit's on all day. That shit is on.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, what's that? The 26th? That's gonna be dropping.
Yeah, that come out the 26th.
All right, y'all. Make sure you fucking catch that shit, cause obviously that shit goes.
Run them streams up. Make
Yeah.
sure y'all follow me on the gram. Follow me everywhere, not just the gram, TikTok, all that, Facebook, whatever. Wazzy Free. You spell it WAZZYFREE. Don't put no space in my shit either. Just Wazzy Free.
That's
You
not
feel me?
how it's written.
Yeah, you got to educate the people.
Facts. Facts. Yeah. Yo, until the next time, I'm just ending these lives real quick. Bro. Alright, ended 1, ended 2, and bam, bam. One more. Uno más.